Hello everyone and a warm welcome to the University of Wolverhampton's Walsall campus. It's the IBSA World Games 2023. The opening match in Group B of the partially sighted World Championships sees Ukraine taking on Japan, the number one side in the world in this form of the game, against Japan, who are ranked 7th in the standings. My name's Rob Scanlon, delighted to welcome you here. You can tell we're around Wolverhampton because you can see the two wolves are stickered on the far wall. It says University of Wolverhampton underneath the electronic scoreboard. The volunteers with the flags are about to lead the players onto the pitch. The photographers are ready. Let's go through the two teams as the players make their way onto the futsal surface here in the indoor sports centre. We start with Ukraine. Number 1 is Roman Skotnikov. Number 2, Alexander Hetmanov. Number 5, Oleg Avramov. Number 3, Ilya Lubashev. Number 11, Ivan Huts. Their sub-goalkeeper is Anton Humenyuk. They also have on the bench Robert Trember wearing number 4. Number 7, Vadim Shvets. Number 9 is Artem Shuzny. And number 8 is Anton Havrilenko. Their head coach is Mykola Chikmailo. And Ukraine much fancied to win this competition. Their first test is against Japan, who line up like this. We'll pause now for the national anthems. national anthems of Japan and then Ukraine. The Ukrainian players draped in their national team's flags as they shake hands with their opponents. Let's take another look at Japan's starting five along with the subs bench. In goal will be number 13 Atsushi Hosoya. Number 2 is Tomoki Nakazawa. Number 3 Yusuke Takuchi. Number 8 Oka Kuki. Number 10 is Kei Akisaki. On the subs bench they've got Ju Kado, their sub goalkeeper. Number 11 is Shohei Shinose. Number 12 Kazuyuki Tsuji. Number 4 Kentaro Hanyu. Number 9 Tomoyuki Iwata. And number 7 Keisuke Kadoye. They're coached by Takeshi Kanayawa. We've already seen one game so far today. It was in Group A. Italy went behind twice to France, but roared back in the second half to win a thriller by 3-2. Later on, hosts England take on Spain in another Group A match. Italy, France, Spain and England in Group A. In Group B, just the 3 teams, Ukraine, Japan and Turkey. Two captains having the coin toss. Hetmanov of Ukraine, Kuki from Japan. Great to see Ukraine here, number 1 ranked team in this form of the game in the world. Back-to-back world champions. They look fired up for this one. They're in the all-yellow kit with blue numbers on the back of their shirt and a blue sash on the high on the chest as well. Yellow shorts and yellow socks. Japan gathering in a huddle in their predominantly white kit with blue wavy stripes, light blue wavy stripes on their shirts, white shorts and white socks. Just coming up to 2:45 local time, GMT here in England. A nice sunny day outside, and of course this tournament indoors. The lighting conditions the same to keep it as level a playing field as is possible. It's going to be Ukraine to kick off in this first half, kicking from left to right. Referee Angel Albarada gets us underway, and Ukraine get the ball into Japan's penalty area straight away, but only as far as the goalkeeper Hosoya. Knocked long by Japan. That was a fired ball downfield by Akisaki, the number 10. And all the way through and out for Ukraine restart. On halfway, here's Avramov, the number 5. Switches the play to the left-hand side. Ivan Hoots. Hoots, the number 11, centre of the field. Hetmanov gets over the halfway line down the right. Gives it to number 3, Lubashev. Good cross in, and it was Hetmanov who continued his run but diverted it wide. He went into the left-hand side of the penalty area, outside of the boot, tried to send it back into the bottom left-hand corner. Not too far away. Early chance for Ukraine. 0-0 inside the first minutes here in Warsaw. Out of the University of Wolverhampton here. It's Hoots for Ukraine on halfway. Cross field ball is challenged and blocked by Nakazawa, out for a kick in to Ukraine. Down their right hand side. Just short of the halfway mark of Japan's half. It's rolled back and a fired drive is well saved. The shot was from Lubashev, the save from Hosoya. Sawyer throws the ball out, and Japan weren't quite ready there. The ball goes straight out of play for a Ukrainian kick-in. World number one flexing their muscles in these early exchanges. They've got a man placed on the goal line for this kick-in. Back it goes to Hetmanov. The man on the line peels away and then lays it off. That was worked on. Lubashev peeled away, then passed it infield, looking for the run of Ivan Hoots, but it was well blocked in the end by Japan. But a nice set-piece routine there by Ukraine. Very nearly paid off. They've got a kick in on halfway. Hetmanov to take it. Ukrainian skipper gets the ball back. Still close to this near touchline. The number 2 looking for the low cross in. Blocked. Lubashev now just short of halfway. Gives it to his captain. Lubashev gets it back. Switches it over to the far side. Lovely through ball threaded along towards Hoots. Hoots lays it off. Shot driving in and not far away. Flashed over the top left-hand corner. Oh, that was a good effort from Hetmanov. Japan trying to get a foothold in this game. Kei Akasaki with the ball. Faces up to his man. Number 10 inside the centre circle on his right foot. Akasaki manages to engineer a shot. It's well saved, but the rebound is also wide from Oka Kuki. As Ukraine make a few changes. And comes Robert Tremba and Anton Havrilenko. Artem Shuzny as well comes on. So a triple change for Ukraine. Shuzny down the line. Tremba doesn't quite find his target, and it's out for a Japan restart away to our right-hand side. Japan kicking from right to left in this first half. 0-0 is the score. Clipped forward by Japan. Takuki, the captain, he's got his fellow number 8 for company, wins a corner off Havrilenko. Akasaki looking for Kuki, but it misses its target. It's blocked by Ukraine. Akasaki trying to latch on to the loose ball. In a central position halfway through the Ukrainian half, and the whistle goes against Havrilenko, the number 8 for Ukraine, just pulling the shirt there of Akasaki, and Japan have a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. First foul of the half. So Ukraine leading that tally by 1-0, but the score goalless as things stand. Yusuke Takeuchi leaves the ball for Akasaki, who goes for a goal. It's palmed away. Right-footed effort towards the right-hand side of the goalkeeper, Skotnikov. And he got 2 firm hands to the fierce drive and palmed it away to safety. Another shot comes in, deflected this time from the kick-in. Shvets, it skimmed off his back. The drive was hit in there by Japan. And not a million miles away. Japan take the corner. Akasaki can't make anything of it on this near side, and it's out for a kick into Ukraine. Number 6, Ichiro Ohiro, is on for Japan. Akasaki on the edge of his own penalty area. clips the ball down the right wing, looking for the run of Ohiro. He can't quite keep it in. Restart to Ukraine, away to the left-hand side of your picture. Havrilenko, number 8, gives it to Szczesny. Snappy tackle there from Akazaki on this near touchline, and it's a kick into Ukraine. Goalless here in Warsaw. Ukraine try and build from halfway with a little triangular move there. Nice first touch passing. It's cut out by the Japanese in their left back position, and Ukraine through Havrilenko, pass sideways about 10 metres out. There was the scooped first time effort from Robert Tremba, and not far over the bar. Japan make a couple of changes. Off go Nakazawa and Akasaki. Keisuke Kuroye has come on, along with Tomoyuki Iwata, the number 9, who's gone into a forward position. But it's Ukraine doing the attacking down the right, broken up by Japan. They roll it down the left side by Ohiro, but it's all the way through to Skotnikov. Good pace to this game. Ukraine the better side at the moment, and they're in the penalty area here. Try for the pullback there. They were looking for the run of Robert Tremba, who'd got into the penalty area. Shvets tried to find him with the square ball, but Japan cut it out and clear the danger. Szczesny for Ukraine, the number 9, has got the ball, but the referee's whistle has gone, and a yellow card being shown here to Lubashev, Ilya Lubashev, the tall number 3 for Ukraine. Ivan Hoots has come back onto the field. This is Oleg Avramov, the number 5. So Ukraine have gone back to the team that started the game. And due to that latest infringement, the yellow card, there is a 10-metre kick here for Japan. Two-man wall for Ukraine. Yusuke Takuchi looks the likeliest candidate to take it with his lime green boots, the number 3. Ukrainian goalkeeper you can hear as Takuchi leaves it for Akasaki, plays it short, and it's deflected away. Shot came in for Ichiro Ohira. There's an indirect free kick that they worked, but as the kick-in is taken, back to Ohira, who's got a decent shot on him. He shoots it across goal, gets the deflection, bounces away on the far side, the Japanese right wing, and it's a kick-in to Japan. Akazaki takes it, it's blocked, and out for another kick-in. Ohira and Nakazawa waiting in the penalty area. Here comes the drive from Akazaki, and it's deflected out for a corner. Rolled back to him by Yusuke Takuchi. Off goes Ichiro Ohira. On his place, Oka Kuki, the captain. Here he is, slamming this shot towards goal after being rolled to him from the corner, but it's blocked, and away come Ukraine down their right-hand side. 2 Japanese players thunder into sliding challenges, and the Japanese bench like that. They're up and they're animated, and they're revved up for this game. 0-0. Lubashev will take this kick in. Great commitment from the two Japanese defenders there. Lubashev with the kick in, gets a deflection off a Japanese foot, Kuki, and it's had to be tipped over by Hosoyo in the all-green goalkeeping kit for Japan. Ukraine with the corner, far side, their left. Oh, and they very nearly scored there. It snuck through to Lubashev. He opened up his right foot, tried to guide it home. Didn't get a good enough connection, and it drifted out for a Japan ball. But Ukraine dangerous there as they knock it very long, Japan, and they're looking for Kuki there, but he can't latch on to the long raking pass that was sent from right to left. So on the far side now, the Ukrainian left. Hetmanov is eased out of play, but wins a kick in for his side. Hoots will take it. Hoots, oh, he looked for Hetmanov there and overhit the pass. Hetmanov. Lubashev loses it. Japan in here. Oh, and across came Lubashev to help his mate out. That was an important intervention. Japan thought they were in there. Akazaki picked off the loose ball, was bearing down on goal. Lubashev back in the nick of time. Akazaki's a lively player, number 10. This kick in now. Rolls it across the edge of the penalty area, just stubbed away from Kuki. And Ukraine do well. Good contest this. We've had just over 5 minutes. 0-0. Ukraine started the brighter, but Japan have come back into it well. Kuki, the captain for Japan, just having a chat with the referee. Nakazawa, number 2. Blonde hair. Oh, it's given away by Japan, and that's a foul by Yusuke Takeuchi. He lost possession, and in a desperate attempt to get it back close to the edge of the penalty area, he hacked down the Ukrainian player, and Japan make a change here. Ichiro Ohira is back on. Lubashev lining up this free kick. It is no more than a metre outside the penalty area. It's towards the far side to the Ukraine left. But the way Ilya Lubashev is lining this one up, this could be powerful. Lubashev scores! Low into the corner. Japan had all their bodies back. A few players in a line to try and stop the power of Lubashev, but they couldn't do so. And the world number 1 side take the lead in the opening game in Group B. So Ilya Lubashev makes it 1-0. Japan with this restart, trailing by a 1-0. How will they respond to that? Before the restart, Vadim Shvets came on, as did Shuzny, number 9 for Ukraine, and Robert Trember and Havrilenko. So they've changed all 4 outfield players after scoring that goal. Shuzny to Trember down the left. He tries to work it, but it's intercepted by Japan, who try and switch the play from the far side to the near side, but it's stubbed out of play by Ohira, and it's with Havrilenko of Ukraine. And this kick in the yellow kit. The ball white with black panels and neon green on it. That's clever from Ukraine. The cross comes in, and it's just about scrambled away by Japan. On the floor, Ichiro Ohira cut out the cross and then had to scramble to his feet and get it clear. But it's Ukraine who look like they might extend their lead. Japan go long again. It's Tamayuki Uwata, the number 9, who's unable to control the long clearance downfield. And it's a Ukrainian kick in line with their own penalty area on their right-hand side. It's on halfway now. And Tremba checks back. Little roll. And Tremba continues his run, and it found him the return pass in the penalty area, but he just lost it. And Japan cleared their lines. On the far side of the field, it's a kick in to Ukraine. Avralenko tees up the shot attempt from Tremba there on the run down the left-hand side. Last touch was off a Japanese player, and it's going to be a corner. Corner rolled back. Tremba. Return pass is a good one, and then the ball across goal flashes safely in the end for Japan, despite the best efforts of Havrilenko, who lunged at the ball to try and divert it in. Another good set-piece routine. Japan makes several changes. Akasaki, one player back on, as is Nakazawa, and the captain Kuki. Japan, as they've offered to do quite a few times, kick it long the full length of the pitch. Kuki again unable to control this one, and it's Ukraine who have the ball just short of halfway. Rolled down the right wing, but a poor return pass. It was aimed towards Havrilenko and has rolled out of bounds. And it will be Japan's kick in, who lead by a goal to 0 Ukraine. A goal from Ilya Lubashev, the free kick rifled in low, beating Hosoya in the Japanese goal. Here's Akasaki for Japan. Takes on his man, beats him, gets into the Ukraine half, and is then felled. Easy decision for the referee to make. Anton Havrilenko, the guilty party on that occasion. Nice play by Kei Akasaki as Oka Kuki goes off and Ichiro Ohira comes on. Akasaki back on his feet, walking quite gingerly. Socks pulled up over his knees. Bit of a flair player for Japan, the number 10. Quite a slight frame, but great balance, good technique. Japan's free kick. It's 11 or 12 metres out, closer to the far touchline. Akasaki, clever touch, shot deflected, away for a corner. Ohira with the effort, left-footed, shooting across goal with his left foot. Corner to Japan. Ohira to take it. Lime green boots on. Going to take it left-footed from the far side. Akasaki, shot charged down. Ohira makes way. Back on comes the captain Kuki. Nakazawa back to Akasaki. Over on the far side, the right back area for Japan. They maintain possession. Nakazawa tries to burst down the right wing. He's held up and he fouls Shvets, the number 7 for Ukraine, who make a raft of changes once again. Hoots freshly on, passes to Hetmanov, also just brought on. Avramov is on this near side, he gets the ball now, he's just been brought on as well. Turn and a spin and a shot from Ivan Hoots, but it's wide of the left-hand post of Japan, and it's still 1-0 to Ukraine. Lubashev, the goal scorer, back on as well. There's Japan, knock it long. Again, it's cut out pretty comfortably by Ukraine. That tactic not working at the moment for Japan. Here's Hoots on halfway, rolls it to the right, and Hetmanov tries to a diagonal ball back across to the far side, but it's miscued. And it's a Japan kick in halfway through their own half. Back to Akazaki, who's on the edge of his own penalty area. He was under a bit of pressure there, and his clearance was hurried and only finds touch. Here's Lubashev, the goal scorer. Rolls it down the right touchline. Hetmanov under a bit of pressure from Akazaki. Wins his side a kick in. A delay taking this. Japan needs to retreat whilst this Lubashev drive is deflected, takes two deflections in the end and is cleared away by Japan. Lubashev's got a heck of a shot on him. It's back in Ukraine's half, but they make grounds now with Hoots. Hoots with a left-footed shot wide of the left-hand post. From fully 15 metres out that. And Ivan Hoots cutting in from the right wing. Let fly with his left foot, but it's wide. Akazaki goes long. Ukraine cut it out. As you'd expect from the world number one side, very well organised, very well drilled. Set pieces are well rehearsed. But Japan more than holding their own. And they win a free kick. Lubashev slightly clumsy, knocking into the back of Okakuki. So Japan have a free kick. It's Ukraine's third foul of the first half. Japan just the one. Ukraine 1, Japan 0 is the score. Takeuchi leaves it for Akazaki. It's far out this. Akazaki goes for goal though, and it strikes Hetmanov and goes out for a Japan corner. Scooped ball by Hetmanov. Takuki takes the volley and is not too far away. Nice technique. Watch the ball dropping, and technique was pretty spot on. The direction just slightly off, went wide of the left post. Here's Hetmanov for Ukraine. Avramov. Now Hetmanov looks for Avramov, who continued to run into the penalty area, but the pass is astray, and Japan's ball. Japan basically change all their outfield players. Once the ball was out of play. Iwata has come on. Kadoye is also on. Ohira is on the field, on the pitch. As Ukraine try and work something down the right-hand side, but it's out of play for a Japan restart. Shinose, who started the game on the bench, is also on, the number 11 for Japan. It's run out of play on the far side by Kadoye. As Ukraine then changed their entire outfield team. Tremba for Ukraine inside the centre circle, moves it to the left. He continued his run. The return pass was aimed towards him, but cut out by Japan, and back with the goalkeeper Hosoya. And Japan knock it long, and it's overcooked there by Ohira. Ukraine now with Robert Tremba inside the centre circle, feeds it to the near side. Switch of play over to the far side now, and Tremba thought about a shot, checked back. A pass forward from Havrilenko is intercepted and out for a Ukrainian kick-in. Just past the halfway point. No, it is bang on halfway actually through the Japan left. As the ball's into the penalty area, return, and a stabbed effort there was not far away from Shvets. Vadim Shvets, the number 7. One touch, turn and a shot, and narrowly wide of the left-hand post. Bang on halfway through the first half. It's Ukraine 1, Japan 0 still. Kei Akasaki. Left-footed shot, charged down by 2 yellow shirts. Japan kick in. Shinoze places the ball down, leaves it for Ohira, and the shot is way over the bar. Hockey goals, of course, the size of the goals for this futsal tournament. Skotnikov hasn't been fully stretched in the Ukrainian goal yet. Ukraine build down the right-hand side. Attempted cross comes in from Shuznik. It's blocked out for a corner to Ukraine. Away to our right-hand side. It's the near touchline. Ukraine roll it back to Trember. Robert Trember. Now Shvets. Back to Trember. He's inside his own half now. Havrilenko. Good passing here from Ukraine. Working it down the left. Forced back. Havrilenko. Looks for the low left-footed cross, turns away from the goalkeeper, goes to ground, appeals for a penalty, ignored. Havrilenko continues. Shuzny, a little step over, now picks out Shvets. Shvets switches it from right to left. Havrilenko to Trember. Feeds the ball back over to the far side. Lovely first-time pass over to Havrilenko. The number 8, he's given himself too much to do there. Tried to push and run down the right-hand side, but it was well marshalled by Shinoze, and Japan weather that particular storm. Akasaki. He'll go for goal, and it's blocked on the edge of the area, and Ukraine can break here. There's 2 against 1. Akasaki, the only defender, and he does well. Blocks the pass from Shuzny. And as we go into the first time out, it's Ukraine 1, Japan 0. We'll see some of the best bits so far. Been a very, very good encounter. Just the 1 goal in it as things stand. Ukraine started the brighter. What about that for commitment from the Japanese defence? Lubashev, who would go on to score, had this deflected ball that was tipped over by Hosoya, but he couldn't keep out this free kick. Lubashev with the big run-up and the crisp drive that found the corner. And that's the difference between the sides at the moment. Ilya Lubashev with the Ukrainian goal. And at the moment it's going to the form book. Ukraine leading the world rankings. Won this tournament the last 2 times. Very, very strong team. But Japan, albeit not as regularly, but do offer a threat. Akasaki, in particular, catching the eye. Ukraine have this kick in down their right-hand side. And that's good defending and scooped away there by Nakazawa. Number 2 for Japan. It is a kick in for Lubashev to take. Rolls it back. Here comes the shot. It's deflected and in. It was a nasty deflection on that one. Not much goalkeeper Hosoya could do about that. Hetmanov it was who took the shot on. I'm not sure it was goal bound. It got a deflection and spun in. And wrong-footed the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. go down as a Hetmanov goal, but so I'm not entirely sure it was going in. Need to see a different angle as Lubashev now sets up, nearly a third there, with the ball right to the far post, where lurking was Avramov. He stretched out a left leg and nearly diverted the ball in. Great diagonal ball right to into the danger zone, but wide. But Japan are under significant pressure now. Ukraine leading by 2-0. The timeout in the end working well for Ukraine, and they're attacking again away to our right hand side, down their right. Hetmanov shoots with his left foot, it's palmed away. Good parry from Osoya. He's just blowing his fingertips now, that would have stung them. Bit of power on that one. Here's Hetmanov, collects this kick in. Lovely return pass, turn and shot is saved, but there's the follow-up, and it's not far away from Avramov. Well, Japan really stretched now. Ukraine look like they're going to add to their 2-goal advantage. Osoya, the goalkeeper, just having a word with the referee, and now content to restart play. Japan again under significant pressure. They can only just hack the ball. Takeuchi, his left foot, and it's gone straight out for a Ukrainian kick in on halfway. And it's near touchline, played in by Hetmanov. Over to the far side, and deflection on the cross. Forces another corner. The movement, I think, is proving hard to deal with. Ukraine very well organised and disciplined, as I say, but the movement off the ball is really dangerous. Here's the low corner, fizzed in, and Hetmanov can't wrap his foot around it. It's out for a Japan kick in, midway through their own half on the left-hand side. Nakazawa rolls it into halfway, but it's intercepted. Ukraine could add a third here. It's pulled back, but just behind the onrushing Hetmanov, and actually they could counter here. Japan, ball into the penalty area is cut out. Ukraine deal with it. Oh, that's brilliant from the defence. Hoots to Hetmanov. 10 metres from his own goal. Now jogs to the halfway line and offloads it. Now it's on the near touch line when Hoots, the number 11, rolls it back into the path of Lubashev, who got Ukraine up and running in this game. They lead by 2-0. Could get worse as Hetmanov's cross gets a deflection, and he's away for a Japan restart. Stays at 2-0. I think Japan will be quite content if that's the score at the interval, as they make a couple of changes again. Iwata comes on up front, the number 9, and Kentaro Hanyu, the number 4, who has the ball now. Ohira gets the ball off him, but can only find touch. Ukraine chop and change. Shvets comes on, as does Robert Tremba. Shuzny, the number 9, is on as well. He's going to receive this kick in from Havrilenko. Over to Tremba. Now Shuzny. Ball's dribbled out for a Japan restart. Just short of 6 minutes left in this first half. Ukraine leading Japan by 2-0, the opening Group B match. Live coverage from the West Midlands in England. Opening ceremony of the World Games is actually not until Friday, but the football competition has been underway since Monday. Blind football got us started, and now we're into the partially sighted competition. And we've seen some great action on day one. As, the referee just wants a little chat with the two players, Ohira and Shvets. Bit of a coming together, but no malice involved. And it's going to be a Ukrainian kick in on the far side. Their left, just inside their own half. Here's Szczesny. And that's well controlled by Havrilenko. Ukraine down the left-hand side, can't keep it in play. Shvets with the little stabbed attempt pass down the channel. But out it goes for a restart. Here's Akasaki. Clips the ball down the right wing. Miscontrolled by Iwata. And it's back with Skotnikov, the number 1 for Ukraine. He's silver hair, not had too much to do in this first half at all. Nice step over and a run down the right wing from Ukraine. This could be number 3, and it's blazed over. Tremba just leant back at the crucial second as the ball was pulled back to him. And right-footed, he launched it over the bar. Great run down the right by Szczesny. Tremba couldn't apply the finishing touch. All that come back to bite them later on in this game. Still the lead is 2-0. Akasaki away from Shvets, but forced to the far side and just about keeps it in. Akasaki, the number 10, away from Shvets. Thinks about a shot, then tries to take it inside, but as he tries to weave away from one. More yellow shirts. He overruns it, and it's through to the penalty area, and Skotnikov can relaunch an attack. Tremba, the number 4 for Ukraine. Just a short pass infield, but Ukraine forced back into their own half. Havrilenko, Tremba on halfway still. Back to Havrilenko. Silver boots. Tremba. Ukraine knocking it around with plenty of poise here. Szczesny has to go back though. His pass forward was blocked, so he had to then knock it back to his goalkeeper. But Ukraine dominating possession, dominating this first half. Shvets down the left-hand side, good pass. Cross comes in. Here's the run, here's the clever footwork, and a little clip finish is deflected wide from Szczesny. Good defending in the end, last-ditch stuff from Japan. Just under 3.5 minutes left. Hammer blow of a shot there from Vadim Shvets. The ball was rolled back to him from the corner. Timeout called. Ukraine 2, Japan 0. Ukraine have had their chances in these last few minutes, but whilst it's still 2-0, don't rule Japan out. The second goal was scored by Hetmanov, but it was courtesy of a big deflection. Completely wrong-footing the goalkeeper. Unfortunate for Japan. Lubashev, who got the opening goal then, very nearly laid it on a plate for Avramov to make it 3-0 shortly afterwards. Ukraine have kept pressing and pressing. And that was a finish that lacked composure by Robert Tremba. So Ukraine have had chances to extend their lead, but Japan keeping the scoreline manageable at the moment. 2-0. Good number of supporters in on this near side out of your picture. You can see lots of countries represented and quite a few already in with 3 lines on their chest, here to support England later on. Just having a watch of the potential competition that they might face in the next stage. Of course, England in Group A, these 2 sides in Group B. Ukraine hotly tipped to progress. England determined to try and win on their home soil. They have their first game later on today, live coverage of their match against Spain still to come. Japan have a free kick. Ukraine have now committed 4 fouls in this first half. Akasaki has the ball. He's faced up by Hetmanov. Is he going to take him on 1-for-1? He does. Opens up his body, but Hetmanov tracking him. There's the drive. It's long range. It's well over the bar. Right-footed effort from Akasaki. Fancies himself in one-on-one situations, but It was good defending by Ukraine in the end. Japan really struggling to build anything with their passing. Ukraine just too good at the moment. But here's Akazaki inside the Japan half, and it's fallen kindly here, and the shot comes in, it's blocked. And the follow-up from O'Hara is also blocked. It was Nakazawa up from defence who'd managed to steal in, and Skotnikov, for the first time really, has been called into some serious action in the Ukraine goal. Lubashev will this kick in. 8 metres away from the corner. Lubashev fires it in. It hits Nakazawa, who doesn't flinch. Another kick in for Ukraine on this near side. Ivan Hoots is going to take it. Gets the ball back. Lovely move from Ukraine. What a goal! Hetmanov struck it on the half volley, left-footed, fired it high into the net. That is a goal of the highest quality from Ukraine. Hetmanov finished it off, but it was slick. One touch and absolutely deadly from Alexander Hetmanov to make it Ukraine 3, Japan 0. Into the last 2 minutes of the first half, Japan might be considering damage limitation here. Ukraine are all over them. And here they come again. Avramov shoots. It's blocked by Akazaki, who'd given the ball away initially. It's all Ukraine. Just an air of resignation about them at the moment, Japan. Ivan Hoots will take this corner. Ukraine sniffing a fourth goal. It's whipped over the bar by Hetmanov. He's now got 2 in this game. First one, courtesy of a heavy deflection. The second one, there was nothing on it. Laced it into the back of the net. Ukraine running the changes, changing their entire outfield contingent. To refresh, here's Robert Trember, one of those. Over to Shuzny. Now Havrilenko. Shvets with his back to goal. Offloads it back into Ukraine's half. Shvets now to this near touchline, and Shuzny. Down the line, and the ball in from Shvets is blocked. And it's a Ukraine kick in. Taken by Anton Havrilenko, the number 8. Tattoo on his left forearm. That's a clever touch, and a ball across is stabbed out by Japan, who will try to launch counter-attack, but they've just got no one in advance of the ball. And a desperate clearance away from Nakazawa only rolls to the left-hand side and out of play for a Ukraine ball. Skotnikov, the goalkeeper. Arrows a throw out, but it's not kept in by Shvets. Akazaki will take this kick in. White trainers on. Finds Nakazawa. Nakazawa's pass was a little behind Takeuchi. Japan initially keep the ball, but then can't cling on, and it's a Ukraine kick in just past the halfway line. Havrilenko. Now it's with Shuzny. Good pass. Lovely check back. Shuzny continues his run, doesn't latch onto it. It's saved by Hosoya. Now Akazaki at the other end. Chance of a shot perhaps. He goes to pass it actually in the end to his captain Kuki, but it doesn't make it. And it's cut out by Ukraine. Here's Robert Trember in the defence, the right back position for Ukraine. Knocks it down the right channel. Good pass. Good weight on it. Havrilenko has a shot at the near post, and it's forced to save from Hosoya with his feet. Out it goes for a kick in. Just 5.5 seconds left. 3-0 to Ukraine. Can they add a fourth before the klaxon? It's played across to Trember, who seems content to just see this half out, and he does. Well, that was impressive from Ukraine. We gave them the big billing, said they'd won this competition last 2 times in a row. They're the world number ones. And they did not disappoint. Japan, for the first few minutes, more than held their own. But actually, as the half wore on, they really showed their quality. Ukraine got the scoring going with Lubashev firing in a low free kick. Lubashev then turned provider for Hetmanov. It was a deflected shot. Nestled in. And then this was the pick of the goals, really. A layoff and a beautiful left-footed strike from Hetmanov. The number 2 made it number 3. He's got a couple, though, in this game. He'll be eyeing a hat-trick in the second half. Japan will hope that there's not too much further damage, but it's going to be hard to contain this very impressive, slick Ukraine side. So, half-time, we're going to take a short break. Join us for the second half, though, here in Warsaw. But for now, it's Ukraine 3, Japan 0, half-time.
IBSA, International Blind Sports Federation, presents, with the support of the International Paralympic Committee, IBSA Anti-Doping App, the first application of its kind in the Paralympic movement, specifically designed for blind and visually impaired people. Athletes, coaches, medical staff, managers, and the public in general now have a powerful tool to stay focused on the principles of clean sport. Scrolling down the main menu, you can find all the important themes you need to know to play fair and be alert to testing procedures and necessary adaptations for athletes with visual impairments. IBSA gives top priority to anti-doping control, being the only international federation with 3 sports in the Paralympic family: goalball, football, and judo. IBSA Anti-Doping App has external links, namely to WADA, where our sport agents can always find the most updated information, especially the list of prohibited substances and methods. Glory in sport can only be achieved by the athlete's awareness of their rights and responsibilities. You can find them on the IBSA Anti-Doping App. IBSA is continuously promoting anti-doping education to all its affiliate athletes and sport agents, not only about the consequences of the use of doping and the risk of using supplements. IBSA believes that education is the major tool to fight doping in sport. Informed athletes can make better decisions. Download the app now at the usual operating system stores.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have seen history being made today.
Such a great team at these championships.
IBSA. Beyond sight. Feel the sport.
Welcome back to live coverage of the IBSA World Games Birmingham 2023, partially sighted football here at the University of Wolverhampton Walsall campus. And the scoreline, Ukraine 3, Japan 0. The opening match in Group B. Earlier on in Group A, we saw Italy come from behind to beat France by 3-2. Bit of a thriller in Group A. Final match of 3 on day 1 is Spain against England. The hosts England later on. We're looking forward to that. And also to see what the world number 1 Ukrainian side have in store for us in this second half. They were really impressive in the first. It was a double for Alexander Hetmanov, but it was Ilya Lubashev who got them up and running with a fierce low drive from a free kick. Too good for Hosoya in the Japan goal. Lubashev then turned provider for Hetmanov to have a deflected effort that went into the goal. Bit unfortunate that for Japan. And Hetmanov made it 3 with the pick of the bunch. Beautiful half volley, left-footed high into the net. And although Japan held their own for the opening exchanges, really, by the end, they looked pretty downbeat. And Ukraine were dominant. What Ukraine did as well, and their squad management was impressive. Japan made a lot of changes as well and tried to refresh things, but it was noticeable, I think, that Ukraine, the players that they were bringing on, there wasn't a massive drop in quality. And the replacements that came on, they all knew their roles, and the movements were very good and well rehearsed. And they were just too hot to handle. So 3-0 at half-time. Ukrainian players geeing each other up for the second half. 20 minutes per half in the partially sighted football. Looks like Ukraine are going to start the second half as they began the first. Although they're going to make a change in goal. So Anton Humaniuk is the goalkeeper, number 12 for the second half. Alexander Hetmanov is the captain and number 2. Number 11 is Ivan Huts. Ilya Lubashev wears 3. And the other starter, number 5, Oleg Avramov. As for Japan, they've also changed their goalkeeper. Juru Keidu is now in goal, the number 1. They've got number 11, Shohei Shinose, on the field. Number 9, Tomoyuki Iwata, who's kicking off from left to right. Plays it to number 4, Kentaro Hanyu. And number 6 is Ichiro Ohira. Ukraine have the ball on halfway. Hoots inside the centre circle, passing it around at the back. Ukraine, perpetual movement though from the side in the all-yellow kit with the blue trim. Yellow shorts, yellow socks, yellow shirts predominantly, but with, as I say, flashes of blue and the blue numbers on the back. Whereas Japan in the predominantly white kit with sky blue wavy lines on the shirts, white shorts and white socks. Japan kicking from left to right in this first half. Ukraine have the ball on halfway. It's passed towards the edge of the penalty area. Lubashev back to goal, can't control it, and away come Japan. Shot might deflect kindly, and there's an opportunity that is missed by Ohira. His deflected ball across from Hanyu, Kentaro Hanyu, and Ohira nearly pounced inside the penalty area to pull a goal back, but he couldn't quite make a connection with it. And that's the best opportunity really that Japan have created. Hetmanov inside his own half, central position. Now it's with Lubashev and Avramov. Lubashev inside his own half, central position. Forward pass. Hoots rolls it infield. Tries return pass. Hetmanov there. Looking for Hoots, but it was behind the man running in from the left. And it's a Japan kick in. Played a minute and a half in this second half. It's Ukraine 3. Japan 0. Members of the England team just arriving on this near side. Their tracksuits. We'll be seeing them shortly. There's Ukraine. Lubashev is near touchline, spreads it to the far side. And it's rolled down the right to Avramov. And now a shot across goal from Hetmanov. He's easily cut out by Japan, and they can run it forward with Hanyu. Number 4 is tackled. And it's Ukraine who come again with Hetmanov. Hoots into the centre. Now spread to the left. Chance of a shot for Avramov, cutting in from the left on his right foot, but he decides to feed it back to Lubashev. Lubashev pulling the strings at the back for Ukraine. He's got the ball again. The white trainers on. Inside his own half still. Ukraine happy to be patient. Knocking the ball around at will as Hoots clips it down the line for Lubashev, who continued his run down to the left wing. Tees up a shot from Hetmanov, which is charged down. And out it goes. Kick into Ukraine. Ukraine, as they did in the first half, changed their entire outfield personnel. Robert Trember's on the ball now. Now it's Shvets trying to sweep the ball into the penalty area, where it's straight to Zhu Kado in the Japan goal. Shinose, the number 11, squanders possession on halfway, and it's back with Ukraine. In the right back position, Havrilenko. Havrilenko pass it down the right. Cross in. Good block away by goalkeeper Kedu. Had to get there. Shvets was lurking. Here's Ukraine again on halfway. Trember goes for a give and go with Shvets, but well intercepted by Japan. Havrilenko walks over to the far side to take it. Just a few metres inside Japan's half. Now on this near side with Trember. Ukraine work it to the edge of the penalty area. Trember continues his run. He's up to the byline, pokes it back towards the edge of the penalty area, where a grateful goalkeeper mops up. Here's Kei Akazaki, who caught the eye in the first half with his nice footwork and ability to shoot, but he was kept pretty quiet after an initial good first 5 or 6 minutes as Ukraine burst away and nearly make it 4-0. It's a narrow miss from Robert Trember, who was one-on-one with the keeper, rolled it wide of the left-hand post, and in doing so, he's picked up an injury. He was set free inside the half and just an inch or two wide from rolling it into the bottom corner. But Trember is in some discomfort. Looks like his right hamstring. Yeah, he's going to have to come off. Japan make 3 changes to their outfield starters. Nakazawa, the number 2, is on, as is Takeuchi, the number 3. And captain Kuki as well. What a drive that was from Lubashev. It was rolled back to him from the corner, and he was way out, but went for goal. He was deflected out for... It must have been a Ukraine player, because it's a Japan kick-in on the far side, midway through their own half, the left-back position. Japan can't get anything moving down the right. Takeuchi loses possession. Ukraine switch things up again. Bring back their original starters back onto the field. Here's one of them, Lubashev. Scored their opening goal. They lead by 3-0. Avramov back to Hoots. Hoots tries to pump it long. It's cut out. Chance here, perhaps, for Akazaki to shoot. The angle's against him and he runs out of play. Just running around the edge of the penalty area. Got to the left byline, but overran it. Referee's whistle's gone because the captain's armband on Hetmanov had just slipped down. Might have even fallen off, actually. It's back on now. That's a good interception from Akazaki. And Akazaki shoots. It's deflected. Akazaki again. Save. Chance still. Another save. Akazaki. Can he score from 10 metres out? No. It's fired away upfield by Ukraine. Best moment of the game so far for Japan, that, without a doubt. Akazaki, a couple of efforts blocked. Good goalkeeping in the end. Keeps the clean sheet intact for Ukraine. Humaniuk did well on the Ukrainian goal. Say, Skotnikov was a bit of a bystander in the first half. They changed the goalkeepers at half-time, and Humaniuk has excelled there. A couple of saves from Akazaki. Nakazawa tried his best to get a goal as well, but not to be for Japan. Ukraine build down their right-hand side, but it's uncharacteristically poor ball from Avramov, which only finds touch on the far side. Nakazawa will take this kick in from the far touchline, just a metre or so inside his own half. Akazaki goes long. We saw this in the first half. It really didn't work, unfortunately. They tried to go long quite a few times. Ukraine were equal to it, and that ball was a good few yards away from any Japan white shirt. But here's Akazaki inside the centre circle, bursting forward, away from one, away from two, good shot, tipped over. As we said, he is a threat, can play with both feet. Akazaki shot from outside the penalty area. You'd expect the keeper to save it, but Humaniuk still had to. The ball's rolled back from the corner, deflection on the shot, but the whistle's gone for a foul against Nakazawa, pulling the shirt of Avramov. Still 3-0. We've played almost 6 minutes of the second half. Indoor Sports Hall in the university campus. Blue pitch, white ball, good spin from Hoots down the left-hand side. Hoots rolls it back to Lubashev, almost on halfway. Gets it back from Avramov. Now Hetmanov cuts inside, gets a shot away, not far away from the left-hand post. Hetmanov eyeing up his hat-trick. Change on the far side for Japan. Nakazawa makes way for Shohei Shinose. Number 11 jogs on to the pitch. Kuki, captain, rolls the ball in field, but it's cut out by Ukraine. And back in their penalty area now. They can launch this attack through Lubashev. Down the line by Hoots. Just Hetmanov tried to keep that one in play, but couldn't do so. So Japan have a kick in a decent position. They're going to make significant changes here. 3 players going off. Only Shinose, who's just come on, remains. Iwata, the number 9, goes up front, hoping that this ball will reach him. Nice kick in from Kentaro Hanyu. Leaves it for Ohira. Ohira across goal, and there was Iwata, but it was just slightly behind him. Wasn't able to react in time. And it's out for a kick into Ukraine. Hoots inside the Ukrainian half. Back to his captain. Hoots back to goal. Looks for a 1-2. The ball's played into the area where he's trying to get to, but it's into the penalty area and mopped up comfortably there by Kado, the captain. The goalkeeper for Japan. 5 clearance by Japan is blocked. And that's a clever ball from Hoots. Lovely weight on the ball, and it's a good block by Kado. He had to get there and keep Lubashev at bay. Had to time that right. Good goalkeeping. Although the Kado's having a word now with the referee. We're going to be okay to carry on. Looks like it's going to be a free kick to Japan. In the right back position for them. And it's wasted. It was played across to Ohira and sliced the ball out of play. I'm not sure what he was attempting there. As Ukraine make a couple of changes. Off goes Lubashev and Hetmanov. Shuzny, the number 9, is on the board. He's just come on. This is Havrilenko. Here's Havrilenko, the number 8, on halfway. Back to the left-hand side. There's the fired ball forward by Avramov. He was a diagonal attempt. He was hoping for a run down the right wing, but no one anticipated it. Japan ring the changes again, changing all their outfield players. Akazaki's back on, and he receives the ball from his goalkeeper. Rolls it short pass to Nakazawa. Plays it across the defence to Takeuchi. And a dribbling from Takeuchi, but he's run out of space on this near touchline, and it's out for a kick into Ukraine, who lead by 3-0. A brace from Hetmanov, Lubashev with the opening goal. Here's Avramov trying to wrestle his way past Takeuchi, and it concedes a foul. 2-2 in terms of fouls in this second half. Here's Kei Akazaki, number 10 for Japan. Plays it to the far side. Over halfway comes Nakazawa. His pass is intercepted, but he gets it straight back. Rolls it back to Akazaki. He feeds Takeuchi. Now Akazaki on halfway. Bit of trickery. Left-footed, low ball across, and he's cut out. Back with Japan. This is better from Japanese, but Nakazawa's ball forward is cut out. And forward come Ukraine. Shot comes in, tipped over. Artem Shuzny with the left-footed effort. But Juho Kado made the save. Still a corner though to Ukraine. Danger not over yet. Low drive comes in. It's charged down. And Havrilenko's going to have another go, although he's hobbling to retrieve the ball. Anton Havrilenko. Well, they're going to work here. It was played back to Avramov, who tried to chip a ball into the penalty area. It was closed down. And it's a Japan ball as Nakazawa goes off. On comes Shohei Shinoze. Approaching the halfway mark in this second half. No goals so far in the second period. Still Ukraine 3, Japan 0. Japan have the ball on halfway. They win a kick in. Takeuchi takes the kick in. Kuki, the captain, wins a corner for his side. Received the ball close to the corner, away to our right-hand side. Nudged off it by a couple of Ukrainian players, but wins a corner. Akazaki will take it. Rolled back to Kuki. First time shot is charged down, and Ukraine can counter-attack here. Worry for Japan as Shizny slices the ball wide. Shot across goal. He's always spinning away from the left-hand post. And it remains 3-0. Akazaki with the ball in defence for Japan. Takeuchi, lime green boots on. Good turn from Kuki. Left-footed shot is across goal and wide. Nice spin that from Oka Kuki. And Japanese captain not too far away, although the shot lacked power. Ukraine changed things up again in terms of personnel, making 3 alterations. One of them is Lubashev, and he's on the ball down the right wing. Lovely spin back. Back to the halfway line he goes, and Hetmanov, Aina hat-trick, is challenged. World number 1 ranked side, still leading by a goal to nil into the side, backed at 7th in the world at the moment. Ukraine have the ball on halfway with Hetmanov. Now Hoots, now Lubashev, back to Hoots. Passing move, this from Ukraine down the left-hand side, that's brilliant. And a shot and a save. Havrilenko received the ball down the left-hand side, needed the intervention of Kado. At the other end, here's Koki. Underside of the bar, bounces out. The shot took a deflection, hit the underside of the bar, crashed out. Japan inches away from a goal back. That's how quickly things can change. Chance at one end, and then within seconds, Japan very nearly scoring, hitting the underside of the bar. And now it's Ukraine. Hoots, brilliant ball to Hetmanov. Hetmanov forced to check his stride. Havrilenko. Hetmanov now inside the centre circle. Lubashev has a shot deflected out for a kick in over on the far side. Havrilenko close to extending the lead. Great save with the left hand there of Kado. And then within seconds at the other end, Kuki going close. He's live. Ivan Hoots drags a shot narrowly wide. After the kick in found him just outside the penalty area. Another chance goes astray for Ukraine. Given their high standards, that might be the only thing that they reflect on in terms of a negative from this game, is not putting the game completely to bed. They've had the opportunities both in this half and particularly in the first half. And Japan looked pretty fatigued towards the end of the first half and looked resigned to defeat. But Ukraine didn't add perhaps a fourth and a fifth to really cement their advantage. As it is, 3-0, and there's still 8 minutes remaining. Ukraine make a few changes again. Here comes Shvets. Shuzny is on as well. He received the ball now. Now it's spread over to the far side. Avramov now back to Shuzny. And it's back on halfway. Avramov continues his run, and then, oh wow, it was a very brave attempt there from Vadim Shvets, but it was way over the bar. Nearly hit the ceiling. Shinase for Japan. Now it's Karui Oye. And tries to roll it down the right-hand side, but it's cut out by Ukraine. Here's Captain Hetmanov now to Shvets on halfway. It's back to goal, so plays it back to Hetmanov. Hetmanov's a really good player to watch. He looks for the give and go with Shvets, continues his run into the penalty area. It's cut out by Japan. They try and attack down their left-hand side, and they could score here. There's a call for a handball there as the sliding challenge, last-ditch block came in. The referee says no, accidental. I think that's probably the right decision. It was Oleg Avramov who slid in to try and block close to the goal line, and the ball did strike him on the arm, but there wasn't really much he could do about it. At the other end, Avramov is now holding the ball off and laying it back to Shvets, who shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Japan have had their chances as well in this second half. Still it remains 3-0 to Ukraine. Here's Oleg Avramov. Number 5 gives it to Shvets. Number 7. He's challenged late, and that's a foul against Ohira. Free kick to Ukraine, almost on halfway. And it's near touchline. Taken short by Avramov. Works over to the far side by Ukraine. Now back with Hetmanov. He's still inside his own half, central position. Hetmanov looks for a give and go with Shvets. Shvets can't find him, but Shvets could get the ball back here. Shvets with the shot. And it's wide of the right-hand post. He feels there was a reflection on that. Referee disagrees. Was looking for Hetmanov, but actually the ball broke kindly to him. But under pressure, Shvets couldn't find the target. It remains 3-0. Both sides make some changes. Hoops is back on, and he's got the ball at his feet. He rolls it to this near side. Infield comes Shuzny. Now Hoots again. Shuzny, number 9, tries a little deft turn inside the centre circle, but then rolls it back to Hoots. Shuzny asking a lot of Hoots, but Hoots does brilliantly. Left-footed, he's in the penalty area. Saved, and then over the bar from Havrilenko. Great footwork from Hoots. Good balance, good save. And then Havrilenko's composure eluded him. Less than 5 minutes left. 3-0 to Ukraine. No goals in this second half, though. Hoops slides in, cuts out the attempted pass towards Kuki. The Japanese captain's going to take this kick in. Just a few metres inside Ukraine's half, down the Japan left. Leaves it for Akazaki. Akazaki tries to find Kuki inside the penalty area, but it's easily read by Ukraine. Back with Akazaki now inside his own half, central position. Over to the left he goes, and Takeuchi concedes a free kick. Well, it's a respectable scoreline at the moment, and Japan, I think, considering what could have been at half-time, will be content, but they've still got some work to do here with Ukraine pressing. Lubashev to the left of centre on halfway. Now Hoots. Lovely diagonal pass. Here's Shuzny. Can he get a shot away from the left? He can't, so he rolls it back to his own half and Lubashev. Good closing down from Japan. Coaching staff and the subs applaud that. Ukraine spurn possession. Out it goes for a kick in to the Japanese. Takeuchi, the number 3, offloads it to Nakazawa. Looks to roll it down the right touchline for Takeuchi, but it's misplaced. And it's Ukraine's ball midway through their own half, taken sharply. Lubashev, that's brilliant. That is brilliant from Ukraine, but it's hit the side netting from Havrilenko. Received the return ball, little back heel there. And as we see, Havrilenko, the angle was against him. Good goalkeeping again. Kado's done really well in the Japan goal in this second half. And keeps it to 3-0 with the ball hitting the side netting. And here's Lubashev, now on the edge of the penalty area. Hoots, his own penalty area. So Ukraine building from deep here. Lubashev goes long, and it's misdirected all the way through. It goes to Zhu Kado. Koki down the left-hand side, tries to get a cross in. Charged down by 2 yellow shirts. Ukraine can break here. It's 3 against 3. Cross comes in, and 2 Japan players collide. Goalkeeper and Takeuchi. And the ball drifts harmlessly out of play. But Takeuchi fell a bit awkwardly, and Lubashev is down as well for Ukraine, holding his left knee. And 3 minutes remain. It's 3-0 to Ukraine. Changes the foot here. Ichiro Ohira is on. This is Kentaro Hanyu, the number 4. The ball's in the possession of Ukraine, just knocking it around at the back. Even Hoots central to it. Hetmanov fancy his hat-trick. He runs towards the penalty area, not found yet. Now he's got the ball. Good first touch, left foot. He shoots, it's blocked. Hetmanov looking for that 3rd goal. He's on halfway and the ball at his feet. Back to Hoots. Across it goes to Shvets. Hoots again. Now Avramov. Ukraine knocking it forward. Hetmanov, turn, spin. What a great effort and what a brilliant block that was in the end by Kentaro Hanyu. It was a lovely first touch. It just sat up kindly there for Hetmanov to volley and crash a volley towards goal. Be interested to see if that was going in. It couldn't have been far away, but for the intervention of Hanyu. Flung himself at the ball. It's a corner, but it could have been a 4th. The ball's played in, fired across goal, away from Oleg Avramov, who can't touch it home. And it's actually a Ukraine ball. I've got a touch off a Japanese player there, I didn't spot that. Ukraine kick in, just a couple of metres away from the corner, away to our left-hand side. Hetmanov. Ukraine forced back into their own half. Hetmanov to Shvets, back to goal, offloads it to Hoots. Now across to this near side, and Hetmanov. Hoots, just took his eyes off the ball at the crucial moment there. It's probably his first mistake of the game. Just squirmed under his trainer, and out it goes. But what's really noticeable is that in terms of unforced errors, that's about the first one we've seen from Ukraine. Here comes the shot from Japan, strikes the 2-man wall, thunders into Shvets off the boot of Ohira. Out it goes for a Japan kick-in. Midway through Ukraine's half, on the far side of the field, so the Japan left. Left again for Ohira. Oh, he was looking for the run there of Shinose. Ukraine clear their lines, and at the other end, it's going to roll out a play for a Japan restart, but Japan again not too far away. It was a good run from Shinose into the penalty area, nearly found. The ball back with Japan now. Hanyu made that fantastic block just a few moments ago to deny Ukraine a fourth. Shinose, number 11, in the centre of the field. To his right, he plays it to Hanyu, who lets the ball go out. Timeout called by Ukraine. Into the last section of this game. Still the world number 1 side who lead by 3-0. Take a look at some of the recent highlights. Hoots went close. Havrilenko leant back from the rebound. This was a beautiful little touch that allowed Havrilenko in. And he could only find the side netting. All the chances at the moment to Ukraine. That was the brilliant block actually from Hanyu. Put his body on the line there to stop that impressive shot from Ukraine. And it remains 3-0. Japan have had a couple of near openings. And Humanyuk in the Ukraine goal has had to make a couple of saves in this second half, but the scoreline probably reflective of the quality on show. Japan not outclassed, but Ukraine are going to take some stopping from anyone in this tournament. One minute left then. Here comes Hetmanov to Avramov. Avramov does well to retain possession. Hetmanov down the left they come, Ukraine. Cut out by Akazaki. He loses it. Akazaki does well, gets it back. 3 yellow shirts in close attendance. Nakazawa now has to shield the ball, but the referee's whistle has gone because there's an injury here to Havrilenko, the number 8 for Ukraine. Havrilenko makes way, Shvets comes on. Just out of your picture there. As Japan give the ball back sportingly to Ukraine. Following that injury. And it's Hetmanov, the captain, scorer of 2 goals, who plays it up to halfway, and Shvets shields the ball, tries to spin it down the right-hand side, cut out by Akazaki. It's a kick into Ukraine. Just over 30 seconds left. Japan call a timeout. Gives me an opportunity to tell you about the final game of the day. Spain against England coming your way. Not too long to wait for that one. England ranked 2nd in the world. Interesting to see how their performance compares to Ukraine, who were ranked top. Exciting thing, of course, for England, playing in a home tournament for the first time since Manchester in 2004. And the FA have made it pretty clear that their target is to win the tournament. We'll see how they handle that pressure later on. Tomorrow, Ukraine playing Turkey. The other games, Italy against Spain, France against England, so Japan have tomorrow off. As a shot comes in, it gets a deflection as well. Akazaki, it is, who took the shot. He's got a green number 10 shirt on. I don't know what's happening here. He's now gone off. It was absolutely bizarre. Akazaki came on with a green shirt with number 10 on the back, took a shot, and then went immediately off. It's a kick into Japan. Roll back, shot comes in, charge down. 18 seconds left. So Akazaki has now come on for Keidu, the goalkeeper, who's playing as an outfield player. But he's got green number 10 on his back. So Keidu's off the field, so they're not playing with a goalkeeper in the penalty area. It's Akazaki, who's playing as an outfield player, has a shot, and it's well over the bar. Akazaki now runs off. He's going to replace by Keidu. So Japan bring their goalkeeper back on. Ukraine, this might be their final attack. Can they make it 4-0? It's well kept in. It's played across to Shvets. Shvets can't bring it under control. He's challenged. Avramov now back into halfway. And that's going to be the last action of the game. Just looked like there might be an opening there for Shvets to wrap his foot around it, but second touch slightly let him down. And that is the full-time klaxon. And the result is Ukraine 3, Japan 0. A scoreless second half. Credit to Japan. They really did show a good amount of grit and resolve in that second half, because towards the end of the first they looked pretty deflated. Understandably so. Ukraine were incredibly efficient, very well organised, and scored, well, one in particular fabulous goal which we're about to see. The first one was a set piece fired in low by Lubashev. No stopping that free kick. Lubashev then turned provider for Hetmanov, the captain. Deflected effort. Unfortunate that one for Japan. But what about this? Clip ball in by Hoops, lay off to Hetmanov, fired into the top right-hand corner of the goal. A goal worthy of sealing any victory. So Ukraine pick up a win on the opening day. Pretty comfortable in the end, 3-0. But credit to Japan, who get a warm ovation from the crowd here in Walsall. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We've certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Don't forget to join us for the final match today. Spain against the host nation, England. That's to come in a little while. Kicks off at 5:30 GMT. So around about an hour's time, streamed around the world. We look forward to covering that one. But for now, from Walsall, it's goodbye with a full-time score. Ukraine 3, Japan 0.